Yes, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Piginated with another cheeky little evening stream for you lads and lasses. We are back here with the transfer news show, the rundown of the latest goings on at Manchester United in regards to this transfer window and hopefully improving our squad. Now, we haven't been doing a lot of transfer news videos lately, apologies for that, but we are going to be getting bang on it raw again now. We're going to be doing many streams over the next few days. Obviously, the transfer window closes on the Monday, so this weekend, I'm hoping, is going to be a busy weekend for Manchester United in regards to transfers, transfer news. There's going to be plenty of that going on. So keep yourself locked and loaded anyway. Get yourself smashing the like on the video. Give us a big thumbs up at the start of this stream. Share us around if you want as well. The link is pinned to the top of the chat there if you want to give us a repost. And also subscribe if you're new to the channel, of course, and get yourself in the chat and say hello. Let's see what legends are in here. Good evening to you all. Yes, the Cake Cadet lad. Another Piggy live stream. Let's go, lad. Andrew Cross, Rage, Madhouse, Daz, Salford, you legend. Ollie Khan, Rajat V, get in there, my son. How you doing there, Andrew Cross? Yes, everybody. PJ, SRH, Stoic Savage, Fick 80, Marky Coughlin. What's going on, lad? Madhouse, good evening to you as well, my son. What's going on? SRH, lad. Arnar Thor. Yes, good shout there, Arnar, lad. We're going to get into it, lad. We're going to get into it. Adam Butler, Pete Morris, Aaron, and everybody else. Yep, Aaron's put the link at the top of the live chat there. Give us a repost on x.com if you fancy it. We'll shout you out later on in the show. PR lad, what's going on? You're in as well, Steve Barrera. Great to see you, legends. Right then, guys, there's been quite a lot of Manchester United news today in terms of transfer dealings goings on. It looks like we are doing some business, which is great to see. Hopefully we can get one or two of these sort of melt bags out. But, I mean, look, obviously I don't think we're going to be able to sell any players like Aston Villa have just done. If we look at the Aston Villa news, obviously that's all official and confirmed a few hours ago that John Duran joins Al Nassr on a €77 million deal plus add-ons from Aston Villa. So, you what? Goodness me. Fair enough. I mean, it's insane money. These Saudis can just chuck this money around like it's monopoly money, can't they, to be fair? Makes it difficult for other teams in Europe to do business in a lot of ways, doesn't it? Until that window's closed. Thanks, that window has closed now. But look, Duran joins us Al Nassr on a €77 million deal. That means that Aston Villa have some funds to play with. They've got a bit of cash, haven't they? They've made some cash here in this January transfer window. They've got a huge amount of money for it. Personally, don't understand the whole John Duran move, just on a side note, nothing to do with United here, but what the hell is the matter with these modern day footballers? They'd rather go and play in the Sand League rather than, you know, play in the Premier League or indeed in the Champions League for Aston Villa at the moment as well. Like, that's pretty crazy to me. Yeah, money's great and everything, but fuck me, guys. Come on. This is the Premier League. It's the Champions League. You're going to play in the Saudi League. What's the matter with these young'uns? Fair enough if he's 31, maybe 35, but 21? Come on. Piss poor. Anyway, there you go. I guess that's going to be the way it goes with all that money involved. A lot of these modern-day footballers interested in that money. We will probably be losing a lot of talent from the Premier League to the Saudi League in the coming windows. That's how it is. Anyway, because of that, guys, Villa looking to replace some goals in their side, looking to splash some money around maybe. We've got an update from Fab, which was a few hours back, which says that Barcelona feel that Marcus Rashford deal is highly unlikely and almost off due to financial fair play. When has financial fair play and Barcelona ever really come into the same sentence before, by the way? Because that's not a thing. But either way, Villa are the latest club to call for Marcus Rashford deal conditions after the John Duran exit. Initial contact made, as Matteo Moretto reports, as one of 4 options. Ooh! Yes or no, guys? Would you sell Marcus Rashford to Aston Villa? They're a fellow Premier League side, obviously. They're a team that, well, they're better than us at the moment. He is a decent player. He is a goal scorer. He is a homegrown talent. He could go and maybe bite us in the old behind one of these days, a la Danny Welbeck, with a cheeky goal in a game against them or something. Nah, but to be honest though, guys, I mean, I don't care, to be honest. I think he's pretty bang average, to be fair. It is another Welbs situation, and Welbs actually has hurt us a couple of times. But let's be honest, Welbs isn't top draw. He's just good against us. And he is good, actually. He is good, and he's a good worker and everything. But come on now. There's levels to this game. Marcus Rashford, I think, has hit a certain level at United. He's never going to get as good as that again, that 30-goal season. He's been on the complete downturn since then as a big crybaby sulking melt. And fair play, does a lot of good stuff off the pitch. I don't give a shit about that, to be honest. I'm more interested about what you do on the pitch, lad. I couldn't care if you're Wayne Rooney smoking ciggies and shagging grannies, lad. As long as you're scoring goals and banging them in there, which is exactly what Wayne Rooney did on and off the pitch. But yes, right, Rashford needs to man up. But either way, he's not going to be manning up at United, I don't think, with what's going on with Amorim. There is still a big question mark over Marcus Rashford's future. There is no guarantees that he's going anywhere. Before the end of the transfer window, obviously we've got a few days of it being open. It's tough to get a deal in place because of the wages involved, the money involved. Obviously there's potential for loan moves and things like this as well, obviously, which is probably the most likely with maybe a future option to buy. But even so, it's not guaranteed it could happen. Plus, it's also determined on, like, United, what we can do in terms of replacements, in terms of replacing some of those goals and spending some money saved there maybe. If we can offload Rashford, then we can maybe go and sign somebody else. But it's almost dependent on getting rid of Marcus Rashford, isn't it, before we can go and sign anybody else. He's such a drain on the resources, and obviously that's where you're going to be generating a little bit of cash from in order to go out there and spend in the transfer window. So Marcus Rashford not leaving Manchester United is not a guarantee, but I guess it's quite likely because he's completely out in the doldrums with Ruben Amorim. He's not been playing him at all, and it's quite unlikely that he would be introduced back into the side. Not for a while anyway, if the transfer window did slam shut with him still being a United player. Let's ask the live chat, guys. If Marcus Rashford does stay at United beyond the transfer window, yes or no, do you think we should introduce him back into the side? Because this is a big possibility. He may well go before the end of the window here, but this is a big possibility that Marky Rashford just ends up staying because nobody can afford his ridiculous wages and we don't want to get bent over too much and have him to pay to play for other clubs. Yes, let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Hey, what's going on there, lad? Yes, you'll piggyback the melt to Villa Park. Let's go. Come on. I'll give you a hand, lad. Let's fetch the wheelbarrow. Mark Hoffland says no. Rajat says no. Yes, weak bench. No. Bad egg. Well, that's the thing, isn't it, really? If he was to introduce him back into the side, it kind of just undermines what he's already done. So surely we're kind of desperately trying to get rid of him. As this post by Fab says, Villa do have interest and obviously they've made contact with our club to find out about the terms of the deal, what potentially could be done. There is a few days left. Now, David Ornstein reporting at the same time at Aston Villa considering a move to sign Marcus Rashford on loan from Man United. The 27-year-old's preference is Barcelona. Of course his preference is Barca, Of course it's Barcelona, isn't it? Goodness me, he's that sort. He's less in the mould of the Hollywood player of like a Jesse Lingard or the Instagram player, less in the mould, but he's still in that mould. Dresses like a tit, etc. Looking for the nice champagne lifestyle, mate, in Barca. Birmingham doesn't have the same vibe. No disrespect to Birmingham, but yeah, no, Aston Villa though, they're a good side, and if it's Premier League football, he could certainly do a lot worse. Like we've just said, they are further ahead. They're better than us at the moment in a lot of ways. Obviously not in terms of the stature of the club or the history. But as an actual team, in a positive spell, they are better than us right now. So Aston Villa is a destination that could be on the list. Barcelona is not the most likely, as we've said earlier on, due to financial fair play issues and that kind of thing. So I think Villa could work. There's very little possibility of him going to anywhere other than the top few European leagues. Saudi window's closed for a start, but aside from that, I just feel like Rashford is the sort of guy that wants to be playing in the top pantheon of the greats, to be fair to him. We'll see, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll go play for PSG. Gash bags. But anyway, no, we'll see. Matthew Smith, thank you so much for getting in here raw, lad. Well, the thing is, Aston Villa obviously losing Duran they're going to be wanting replacing some goals and replacing that lost position in the team. So I don't know if they want to lose another player to get Rashford, to be fair. But, I certainly would as well, Matthew Smith. Smash a 1 in the chat if you would. I certainly would. If that was on the cards, lad, of course. Watkins in instead of Rashford, that would be a positive addition to the squad. We need some goals from somewhere. He is a good talent. I'm not saying he's top tier, but I think he's very good. He's got a decent record. And I think, obviously he would be a decent addition to the squad. He'd be a better option than, Højlund or Xerxes at this moment in time in terms of scoring Premier League goals. So, yeah, big up there, Matthew Smith. Nice one. Thank you very much for that. Sorry, that's a bit in the way of my face there, isn't it? Let's move that down there a little bit there. But anyway, Villa considered a move to sign Marcus Rashford on loan. That is a big sort of headline of the day. And if it happens, well, see you later on, Marcus. Good luck to you. Not against us, but... what? It's a bit of a step down, isn't it? Let's be honest now, guys. Even though Villa are better than us in the league right now, and they are better. It's a step down. This is why this guy probably wants to move to Barcelona. Plus, I'd prefer it if he did go away anyway. If he went abroad and he was playing for Barca or in Italy or something, I'd be so much happier than him staying in the Premier League. Wouldn't you agree, guys? It would be foolish in a way for United to sell him to a Premier League rival, or certainly loan him to a Premier League rival. Unless it's for a large amount of money, of course. Of course, if there is a transfer on the table and there's a lot of money involved, then yes. Plus, he's saving you a lot of money just by getting rid of that twat. He's on 350 bones a week. Just think about that, guys. £350,000. I haven't earned that in the last 10 years. He earns that in a week. Do you know what I mean? So I think fair play to us for just getting rid and cutting our losses, even if it is to a Premier League rival, to be fair. But yes, I think the price has to be right. There has to be a decent incentive for us to do it, not just a loan with an option to buy. Maybe if they can't, stump up the cash right now for wages and things like that, there's something that can be done in a short-term deal with an obligation to buy. But what's the point of doing all that guff? We know they've got the cash. We know they've just sold John Duran. We know they need some players. We know Rashford's an option. If they want him, they can bloody well pay for him, guys. What do you reckon, guys? What would you do for Rashford? I mean, I guess the loan is the is the backup plan if you can't get the money. But surely you want to sell him. Sell or loan Rashford? That's the question. For me, I just want to get this guy sold. Plus, that's what's going to generate us money to be able to do a little bit of business before the end of the transfer window. That's what's actually going to give us most of the money. Yes, saving wages is great when it's 350k a week. But how's about having money in the coffers to go out there and sign other players? That's also what it's all about. Yeah, Matthew Smith, thank you very much indeed for getting in here, lad, with that. Is that the same? Hang on. Sorry, I'm miles behind the chat. Paul Story. It is popped up. Something popped up there, yeah. Paul Story, thank you so much for the super chat, lad. You're a legend. I appreciate that. No message with it, though. But just absolute pure vibes there. Thank you so much there, Paul Story. An absolute hero, lad. Get in there, you beauty. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. Get some Susan there for the lad. Loan him. You're still paying wages. Yeah, true. But, if we can save on the wages, that's great. But we need some money to be able to actually generate the cash to sign players, I think. Oh, Matthew Smith, we need to get Casemiro out. Yes, we do, really. He is just a backup player now. He's literally, that's all he is in Amorim's system. You can see he's just going to be on the bench. He is a good experienced option to come off the bench. But Casemiro, he's had his day. Unfortunately, the Saudi transfer window has now slammed shut, which is a shame. It's a real shame. Look, here is the latest on that. So obviously the Saudi transfer window is closed. You can expect to see significant movement now from European clubs. Maybe so, yes, the last few days should be busy for European clubs because as we were talking about earlier on, with all this money that the Saudi clubs chuck around, sometimes it's best to let the window shut for those over there to be able to then do business over here, So yes, Casemiro going to Saudi, though, is off the table, mate, isn't it now? So where else is he going to go? Casemiro staying, mate, to the end of the season, mate, and he's going to basically leave us on a free, and he's going to have cost us a shitload of money, and we're not going to be able to get anything back from him, and it's going to prove to be a bit of a guff signing. That's the reality. The first season, great, nice one, did a short-term fix, but what a waste of money in a lot of ways. Huge money to be spending on a player that's now not going to be playing, and he only really played well for one season. So I wouldn't say he's a flop. He had a good first season, but for the amount of money involved, to the fact that we're probably going to lose him for nothing in the future, because of that, that has turned out to be a bit of a shite signing. You know, on the spectrum, on the scale of shite signings to amazing signings, you got your Dennis Irwins, you got your Peter Schmeichels, you got your Eric Cantonas up here, you got your Alexis Sanchez, your Paul Pogba, Harry Maguire's down there. To be fair, maybe he's moving up a little bit, but still he's down there. And then in the middle somewhere, that's where that deal is. Casemiro is a bit of a shitter, isn't it? But he's not going to Saudi, is all I'm saying. So where is he going to go? That's it. We're probably stuck with him on huge, huge money. He's got a ridiculous deal at United. Yeah. Oh, you sent your first super chat and message you. I screwed up the message. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Paul Story. Yeah, I just noticed that, lad. And thank you so much for sending the super chat. There was no message to go with it, but I guess that's the message. Thank you very much for showing love to the show. You're an absolute hero. By the way, if you are just getting in the show, please do us a favour and smash the like button. We're nearly at 100 likes. Give us a big like spike. It helps boost the show up there on the algorithm and helps us out on YouTube. So give us a free like spike. Also, you can share us around if you want and subscribe to the channel. Let's move on to the next bit of news then. So, Mathys Tel, guys, is obviously on the table for Man United as well. He's rejected Spurs. He's rejected Spurs, guys. Mate, Spurs are just fucking bottle jobs, aren't they, mate? Look at this. Anyway, Fab reported a few hours ago. Mathys Tel and his agent are in Munich together to assess all options after rejecting Spurs' proposal, mate. He's like, who the fuck are they? Big flange out down in the relegation battle, mate. No, Struth, mate. No, absolutely not interested in that. Tottenham will explore other targets while Tel considers other bids for a loan/permanent move. Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Aston Villa are all in contact. So somebody that could potentially come in to replace Rashford. You know, essentially, if we are going to get rid of Rashford, and he does leave in some capacity, be it a loan in the Premier League or be it a transfer abroad, whatever. Whichever way it goes, maybe we could bring in Tel to be a replacement as such, you know, of sorts. He's going to be playing, obviously, he can play as a striker, but he also play in the wider position there if you need him to. And he's only 19 years of age, I believe, isn't he? He's a young lad. So he's got a lot of the potential. You can see the sort of signings Man United have been making, certainly over the last 18 months anyway. They're generally slightly younger players. We're having a little flurry for young players in this window, which we're going to get onto in a minute. But certainly Mathys Tel is on the agenda for Manchester United. So he's rejected Spurs. Now, to be fair, Ornstein is reporting that Mathys Tel, this is just a half an hour or so ago, Mathys Tel told Tottenham he plans to stay at Bayern Munich and reassess in the summer. Despite a battle to sign him this window, Tottenham reached agreements with Bayern, but the 19-year-olds and the reps put forward then expressed a wish to remain in Munich. Now, is his true wish to stay in Munich and stay there for the rest of the season until the summer and then move? Or is it just that Spurs came in for him? You know what I mean? Because if Spurs come in for you and then you're like, oh yeah, Spurs, yeah. And then you go and have a look at the league table, you might think otherwise just because, same with Manchester United, I guess. But at least we're not Spurs. At least we actually do win things. So, you know, but the reality is it's not a top performing club right now. So yes, money's great and Premier League football's great, but it isn't a top performing club right now, and they're not a historically big club either in terms of like a Man United or a Liverpool or something like that. So what do they really offer Tel? He probably is just best off staying at Bayern, unless Manchester United can possibly go in for him, because, you know, there are reports, various outlets and different media reporting that United are now working hard to sign Mathys Tel. The player's very interested in joining United. Maybe a loan with an option to buy is United's preference. So I think this would be a very astute little sign in this one, especially if you can get it for a loan with an option to buy. And if he's great, if he looks like a real prospect, then we can make that move permanent in the summer. You know, there's not really too much to worry about there if that is the case. But even so, you know, you're buying a player with lots of big potential here. He's not exactly perfectly ready-made right now, but he certainly has, you know, a lot about him. He can play, as I say, at the striker position, which is where we've been lacking in the goals. He could play even in a wider position, you know, as a 10, where sort of or whatever role Garnacho is doing, that kind of thing. So, but as a goal scorer, yes, we need some goals. And if we can't sign players like Osimhen or, you know, whoever, then we're going to have to start looking around. We're going to have to start looking around for the next best thing. Who is going to be this next big daddy in a couple of years' time? And Tel's got the potential there to maybe be that sort of player. So I hope it's true because we need to find some goals from somewhere. It's not like we're signing a proven, like 28-year-old prime striker scoring 20 plus goals in the Premier League. That's not the case, but it is a player with big potential who probably is better than what we've got right now. So I'm not against it at all. I think it would be a good move. But as we just said, Tel reportedly wants to stay via David Ornstein, but that is probably due to the fact that the Spuds are absolutely shite. Let's be honest. So Tel there, guys. Yes or no? Would you like to see Tel come in at Manchester United here in this transfer window as, well, not a like-for-like replacement, but I guess a replacement for Marcus Rashford? Get your thoughts in there. But yes, I'd be excited at the prospect of it. Seems like a good one for the future, absolutely. And obviously, can't be any worse than what we've got in a lot of ways, to be fair, in terms of firepower up there, because we just can't score any bloody goals, mate. Kim, thank you so much, Kimster, for getting in here and being a 15-month member. She says, "Ayo, like Spike." Thank you, Kim. Thanks very much indeed there for drumming up the likes there. Yes, and thank you for being a member of this channel for 15 months, you legend. Hashtag 15. Rashad's been a member for 2 years. Check that out. 15 months and 2 years. Hashtag 24 for Rashad. Didn't realise it was already 24 months. Mate, that's awesome, isn't it, Rashad, lad? You've been a 2-year member around these parts. Big ups for your support, lad. Thanks for getting in regular, lad. You're an absolute hero. Yeah, fair enough. United Till I Die says, I don't think he's an upgrade on what we got, but he's all right. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, let's actually look at the cold, hard facts, right? I understand what you're saying, because it's not like he's got this glittering record. He's only young, right? So he's 19 years of age. But he can play, obviously, left winger, striker. So far in his career, he's played 34 times at left winger, 33 times at centre forward, and 14 times on the right. So some versatility across the front three there is always good. That's always good. In terms of this season, 8 appearances, lacking in the appearances. This is why he potentially may well want to move. 8 appearances in the Bundesliga for Bayern, 1 assist. You've got last season, those stats obviously very good, very good. He only joined in 2022. First season, he had 5 goals in 22 games. But last season, 23-24 season, 30 appearances, 7 goals, 5 assists. 19 years of age. So, obviously we're not signing a player who's 23, 24, 25 and has all that experience since he even truly physically developed and everything yet. No. We're signing somebody who's younger, who's got potential, and it's not ideal for what we need at the striker position. We've talked about this in the past. Like, rather than going to get a Højlund type, who may well turn out to be great, maybe it's better to go and get somebody like obviously he's not available now, but like a Tony or a Watkins or somebody like that who's proven to actually get you Premier League goals and is sort of experienced enough to know how to do it. That's the reality here, because these guys that we're signing, they are a lot of potential, but we need the goals right now. So all I'm saying is the stats there, they're decent. But, statistically speaking, they're Antony-esque. What I mean? Like, based on the Antony that we signed from Ajax or whatever. They're kind of Antony-esque. But he's only a 19-year-old kid. Overall, his whole career, 7 assists, 28 goals in 104 appearances. That's not a lot of games he's played when he's a young guy, 19. So, obviously, playing for the hot prospect for France for the future as well. So fair play to him. I think it would be a decent signing, guys. But, I mean, the amount of money involved, it depends what you really believe. But there's some reports saying that we could be doing a loan deal. There's some reports that say that 60 million euros might be tabled if we can sell Rashford. I can't imagine it's going to be close to that amount of money with what we've got to spend in Jan. Plus, when you consider other signings that we're making, like Dorgu and a couple of others we're going to get into in a minute as well. Like, it's kind of unlikely, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's move on to the next order of the day. So Rashford to Aston Villa is a big possibility, I guess, in some capacity, be it a loan or maybe a permanent move if they need goals and they've just got 77 million for Duran. Then surely there's going to be an element of them needing to replace, and he is kind of just like perfect, isn't he? If he wanted to go, but it's understood that his preference would be like a Barcelona move or something like that. But the reality is they probably can't do that due to financial fair play. So we may well end up keeping him. He may well stay beyond the window, or maybe some sort of loan move or something to Aston Villa. Now, obviously, that means that Mathys Tel might be a replacement for him. Let's have a look at the next bit of news then. So Patrick Dorgu doesn't start for less against, that's supposed to read Parma there. benched on his last game for the Italian club, as he will travel to Manchester tomorrow with his agents to join Manchester United with medical books. Get in there, my son. So I'm very much excited about Dorgu as well. I mean, obviously there's been a lot of stuff going on this week about it. I haven't covered any of it, so apologies for that. But we are covering all the latest news over the next few days anyway. But Dorgu, look, obviously, he's young again. He's a 20-year-old player. He's played the majority of his games at left back in his career, but he is versatile enough to be playing on the other side as well, sometimes even right wing and stuff. But he's played the majority of his games at his left back. That's where we'll be signing him to play, I'm sure. But nice to know he maybe could go over on the other side as well. Decent season this season, 21 appearances so far in the Serie A, 3 goals, 1 assist. What I do like about him is he does seem to get forward and get you some goals. I've watched a lot of highlights of him. Highlights don't really tell the whole story, but he looks great in highlights. And he's scoring some goals in the highlights from, the wing-back position as well, which we just don't get enough of. So, yes, I think he would be a good addition. 20 years of age, good prospect, looks very physical, looks very athletic, looks very good. He looks very good. So did Malacia on YouTube. You know what I mean? So did Malacia on YouTube. And Malacia is good. Malacia is decent. But is he Dennis Irwin, Patrice Evra vibes? Nah, mate, he's not. He's closer to Butner vibes. So it's still somewhat of a gamble with a young prospect. That's all I'm saying. Rasmus Højlund hasn't really hit the ground running at United. Joshua Zirkzee's a little bit older still, but even so. A lot of these young players, some of these young players anyway, they haven't really taken too well to it, and you need to have a good mixture of experience and youth in the side, and we're signing a lot of young players, so it's a little bit concerning, but Dorgu, I think, is going to be a good addition. More to come on that tomorrow. The medical is expected to be completed tomorrow, and an announcement shortly after that. It's a €35 million deal, approximately around about there. So not crazy money, but also, certainly not chump change at all, and obviously certain add-ons and things like that may materialise also, so we'll give you more on that tomorrow, but the deal is set to be completed this weekend anyway. Well, Ashvia says, who the hell is Patrick Dorgu? Well, that's it, really, isn't it? If you think about it, it's like we haven't got the ability to go for these big top-name players right now to the same degree that we had in the past, because we're in the lower half of the table. We're in Europa League guff. There's no guarantees of any European football next season. So players were only really wanting to be coming here for cash money, wouldn't they? The big names. And we don't want players like that anymore. So we're shopping around in a different pool now. We're shopping around in the future prospect pool. Dorgu is, it's not a player that I knew too much about really before all of this, because I don't follow much of the Italian football or whatever anymore. I used to, but not really too much anymore. So he's a good player, mate. He looks a good player, as I say, but 20 years of age, still lots to do in the game. Maybe Malacia would be pushed out as well if that's the case, because there are reports that Malacia can leave Man United on loan in the final days, as Patrick Dorgu will join the club. He's an option on Benfica's list, as record reported. More clubs are also keen. Keep or sell Malacia, guys. I say keep him anyway until at least the end of the season, even if we do sign Dorgu. Because I'm not saying Malacia is really awesome or anything, but just as a bit of squad depth, that is a bit of a problem area for us, that left wing-back spot, and he can do all right, can't he? He's all right. He's not great, but just as a backup until the end of the season, then maybe sell him on. Why would we have to get rid of him in January just because we're signing Dorgu? That's annoying if that is the case. But yeah, so he's a youngster that could join Man United. Medical tomorrow. Hopefully that's going to be the case. Let's have a little look at this as well. So Aiden Heaven, which is just one of the greatest names I've ever heard for a footballer since Donald Love. You know what I mean? Maybe we could get Donald Love and Aiden Heaven together, and it would be a match made in heaven. I'll see myself out, guys. I'm going to see myself out. Sorry, but that's a pretty cool name, isn't it? Aiden Heaven, It's like he's made in heaven, guys. Anyway, not bad, says Robbie the Pick. Nah, it was bad, mate. It was bad. That was one of Kate Cadet's Gash Dad jokes, that one. Anyway, so, anyway, look, United's next signing, Aiden Heaven, arrived in town and set to complete formal steps of his move to the club. He's joining Man United from Arsenal Hollands, despite new contract proposal from the Gunners. Exclusive story revealed 10 days ago, set to be announced soon. So Fabrizio Romano earlier on reporting that, yes, we are basically signing this Aiden Heaven, as announced 10 days ago, set to be all completed and everything. He's turned down the Gunners, getting there. Look, he's another young kid, isn't he? What is he, 18 years of age? Centre-back, he's a young guy. So it's another one that, okay, great for the future, but is he really going to be featuring all that much right now? Probably not, but you've got to plant these seeds, don't you? Plant the seed, and soon it will turn into an orchard. That's the plan here with Aiden Heaven, anyway. It could be a match made in heaven for Man United. We'll have to see. I like the fact that he supposedly turned down Arsene Hollands to join Man United. That's good. You know, he wants to maybe play for a better club. Or let's be honest, obviously they are a better team right now. But probably it's down to the fact that the chances of getting game time at Manchester United is more so than at Arsenal right now for him, Aiden Heaven. So there you go. Aiden Heaven, though, new signing. And that takes us on to another youngster who Amorim's got his eyes on here. Wait, that sounded a bit wrong. Amorim's not an offender. That sounded a bit wrong. Sorry to do you like that, Ruben. No, let's have a little look at this. So, Man United are exploring a summer deal for Giovanni Quenda of Sporting Lisbon. No formal offer, but Man United are looking into the move for Portugal youth international who turns 18 in April and expected to cost €40 million. Work on next window to step up after this market shuts. So, you know, just one for the future here. Perhaps there could be something done, but probably obviously not for this window because we've got too many other issues to address. We can't be spending €40 million on 17-year-olds, you know, but he does seem a good prospect. And obviously if Amorim's highlighted him from his Lisbon days, it's a positive thing, that. It's a positive thing, that. So Man United exploring the deal for Giovanni Quenda, and he does seem a good prospect for the future, guys. Very good technical player, but as we said, he's young, still loads to do for the future, obviously, to develop into a top-class player. But, you know, there he is, Giovanni Quenda. Could be a prospect for us for the future as well. So I like what we're doing, though. I like that we're going for a different type of player. I like that we're going for these youngsters. You know, even the sort of big money signings that we're making this window, people like Dorgu's only 20 years of age. Tel, if we were to go for him, which is still, you know, not the most likely, depending on, determined by what David Ornstein said anyway, but we'll see. Still, if United want him, we could make a deal there. Players like that, 19s, 20, 18s, that we're signing lots of youngsters. And this is obviously great for the future, but we also need something for now. You know, that's the thing. We also need something for now. And I don't mean signing Casemiros. I mean signing like players who are in their primes, who are 25, 26 as well. I think we need a couple of those, a couple of proven ones, like a Gyökeres type player who's got the proven track record of scoring shitload of goals and is in his prime as a 26-year-old. That kind of thing. Because we don't have enough of that right now. We have got a lot of youth, but crikey, you need a bit of a balance there, and we don't quite have it. Yep, he has an exotic name, that's for sure. Quenda in the window. Heaven is a hell of a player. Boom, boom. Yeah, man. And he's got a great name as well, Madhouse. You know, how could you not like Aiden Heaven for a name? It's fantastic, lad. So, yes, him and Donald Love should be well acquainted. Why don't you go for Anthony Robinson or Kirkes? Hey, I like your shout. Kirkes I'm a fan of, to be fair, lad. And I think it just comes down to, like, who actually wants to come to us as well. This is why we're shopping around in, you know, in the youngster basement. You know, that also sounded a bit wrong. But we're shopping around in the bargain bin for youngsters in this transfer window, aren't we? Definitely. So that is certainly what we're trying to do now. I don't think we're going for the bigger names. I think we're having a look around for some others. Yeah, recall Anthony Dos Gastos. What for, lad? So he can come and be a human fidget spinner for you, lad. What's happening? Ulf793, you legend. Great to see you, my friend. How you getting on there, lad? Hope you're having a great night. Mr. Ulfster, everybody. Let's be having you. Nothing's going to get me cancelled, Chris Koo. Come on. I'm just saying, like, obviously United are shopping around for youngsters in the window. Wait, what? We're looking for young players in the transfer window in January. Yes, and as we've said, Mathys alone could potentially be open there as well. Right, so we're going after Aiden Heaven. We're going after Quenda. We're potentially signing this lad Dorgu, who's 20 years of age. Tel, 19. What we doing? We're signing the next crop of fledglings, it seems. You know, good ones for the future. ones who can maybe do it now, but certainly good ones for the future. By the way, we're only one subscriber away from 87,550 subscribers. So if you are new to the channel, get yourself involved there and smash the old subscribe button. You know it makes sense. We're going to get into the live chat in a moment, see what you legends are saying as well, so stick around for that. Before I do, let me just go and check out the latest updates, see if there's anything swung in on the grapevine since we've gone live. Alvaro Morata to Galatasaray. Here we go. Yeah, they were working on that. AC Milan and Gala have now verbally agreed on all terms of the move. You see, even something like that would have been pretty decent for us right now. Now, Alvaro Morata, for me in the past, when he was at Chelsea, I thought he was guff bangs, but I think he has developed well over the last few years. Even somebody like that could get you some goals who's proven at a higher level. That's the thing. But obviously he's gone there. Oh, nice. Patrick Dorgu's final pick as a less player. He says goodbye to teammates and staff. He's travelling to Manchester tomorrow. Another update there from Fab. Anything else United related? Okay, Fab 40 minutes ago says, understand Mathys Tel currently not expected to be in the Bayern squad for tomorrow's game. French striker still takes time to assess all the other options after rejecting Spurs. Loan with option to buy can still be a possibility with Man United keen, as well as staying at Bayern. Nice update there from Fab. This was 40 minutes ago, so literally just as I was about to go live. That's why I've missed that one. But let me just pop this up on the screen here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here it is here. So Fab just said a short while ago that he understands that Tel's not currently expected to be in the Bayern squad tomorrow. He still needs to take time to assess all the options after rejecting Spurs. Loan with a buy option can still be a possibility with United keen. Come on, I hope we do get him in there, guys. I hope we do get Dorgu, Tel, and obviously Aiden Heaven, I guess, would probably be our only January transfer window signings. But you never know. There could maybe be one or two surprises there. But depends on other players and other players obviously being sold. Big ups there, the K-Cadet lad. Look at this, 52 months a sausage soldier. A sausage soldier as well, lad. 52 months, one of the sausage soldiers. That is legit, isn't it? Hashtag 52. Thank you, the K-Cadet, a.k.a. Mr. Dad Joke Extraordinaire. Did he pull in the strings behind the scenes in these United transfers, I suspect? You what? Diddy and Big Adama with their fucking baby oil obsession. I mean, what are you talking about, mate? But yes, check this out though. Check this out though. In terms of pulling things behind the scenes, the Glazer shithousers are pulling their plonkers behind the scenes, as per usual, and as per Samuel Luckhurst anyway, who says this. Nice segue there, Kate Cadet lad. Who says this? He says, Joel Glazer's still involved in Man United transfer decisions, which is not what we want, is it? Why are these scumbags having any sort of input whatsoever, really? I thought the whole point of Ineos coming in was that they were going to be overseeing the football decisions at the football club and the football operations. So, I mean, I know they haven't done a great job so far, but why the fuck are they involved at all, the Glazer shithousers? Just sit in your ivory tower in New York or Florida or wherever it is you are and just let us do our thing over here, you mugs. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat there. Rashford to Villa's a possibility. Barcelona financial fair play issues. Duran's gone to Saudi. The Saudi window's shut, so probably no Casemiro move to Saudi or anything like that. Obviously not. Needs to go somewhere else if we're going to get rid of him. He's probably staying. Obviously, we're looking at Dorgu Medical tomorrow as well. We're working on Quenda. We're working on Aiden Heaven. So those are the latest updates, guys. It's a good day of transfer news for United. Some positive stuff. It would be good to get Rashford off the books if we can do that somehow, any way we can. And it would be good to get a couple of new signings in with a bit of firepower as well. Come on, United. Not amazing, is it? But I'll be happy with just a few bits of business in this window because I wasn't expecting much with the amount we spent under the previous manager and even in the summer under the previous manager. Waste of money on some players. You miss Ten Hag? Oh, yeah, you and nobody else there, Dronography, mate. Dutch Kojak isn't even missed by his wife. You know what I mean? When he goes away for a few weeks now. Nah, he probably is, mate. That's harsh. That's harsh. That's harsh. She misses the 14 mil anyway. That's harsh. He's a nice fella, okay? He's a nice fella. But no, I don't miss him. I don't miss him is what I'm saying. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat, guys. Please do us a favour and smash that like button. We're trying to get 200 likes in this little stream and transfer news watch along thing. If you want to subscribe so you can get up to date with the next upcoming streams, then please do. I'm going to just shout out everyone who reposted us on the x.com there as well. 7 reposts. Thank you so much, you legends. Curly Howard. Thank you, Curly Howard, for the repost there. Aaron Homeyard, the Butcher of Manchester, John Boy Cat, Larry Hass, and Kieran Bristol. Big up you legends for sharing the show around there. Much appreciated. Right, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. We're going to stick around here for 5 minutes or so. I do have a cheeky little FIFA stream set up on the gaming channel, which will be coming at 10:45. So come and join us for that on Flying Pig Gaming. I don't know if one of the mods there, like Mr. Aaron, if he's still here, could possibly put a link to the gaming stream for tonight in there. That'd be awesome. Yeah, striker on loan, please. We need it, don't we, Andrew? We need some goals, mate. Absolutely. Will Ollie Watkins go to Arsenal, Piggy? I mean, I hope not, to be honest. United, I doubt it now, really, with them selling Duran. United said, yes, he is. He's a winger just like Ronaldo at age 17, but with half the skills. Well, fair enough then, because Glazers still own our club. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? These shit-house Glazers still own our club, lad. Neymar's left that Saudi club. Yes, he's gone back to Santos, hasn't he, for less money to play for his boyhood club. Fair play to him, mate. That's it. It's not all about money, just, is it? Although he has made a shitload of money out there, yeah. Tel has scored 1 goal in 15 games. As I said, Hansi, he's not played a lot this season, has he at all? What is it, 8 Bundes appearances and stuff. You look at last season's stats, they're better, though. This is part of the reason why maybe he wants to go somewhere to get some more regular game time, etc. So he may well be good, as we've talked about. He's not a proven goal scorer. He is a potential player. He's got potential. He's only 19, isn't he? So he's super young. Get Danny Welbeck in. Oh, you messed it up, Paul Story. Well, thank you, Paul. I missed it, lad. I'm sorry. Let me go and have a look. I can't see it. There it is. There it is, mate. Thank you so much, Paul Story. Sorry, I just missed that one, lad. It came through fine. He says, off to work, mate. Laters, pig. Hey, thank you so much, Paul Story, for the love and support there, lad. You have a great time at work, dude. Well, you know what I mean. Have a good shift at work. And we'll catch up with you on the next one. Stay classy, you legend. Oh, yes. He's a winger or a second striker. Well, that's it. He can play striker or left wing. If you're talking about Tel, he could play left wing or striker. He seems to have, if you look at his stats, I mean, I haven't watched him over the last couple of years that much, but if you look at like his stats in terms of where he's played in the team, it's usually split between, centre forward and left wing. Yeah, he's not going anywhere, Oscar lad. Come on. Alejandro Garnacho's not going anywhere, surely. It would be foolish of United to do that. Great game from him last time. I'm so happy for him to be putting in some good performances again. Because he's a good lad. He works hard, I think he's always giving it his all for United. He looks like one of these players who's trying out there all the time. So I'm very happy if we do end up keeping him. It'd be a big mistake to let him go. Unless you can get like 100 million for him. What's the point? He's a good young prospect for the future. Good player for us for now. And he's only going to go one way and get better. You would expect anyway. Doesn't always pan out that way, but you would expect. Yeah, Garnacho is not for sale, lad. Absolutely. You've got to keep Garnacho, guys. Keep or sell Garnacho. Got to keep Garnacho. If we win the Europa League, will you wear a gilet on stream? Mate, even if we just get to the Europa League final, I will do the Europa League final wearing a gilet. That's even better, isn't it, lad? Oh, that's even better for you, isn't it? Because that's how unlikely I think it actually is. I still think we can win it, and we should have a chance. One of the biggest teams in it, but actually getting there's another thing. So if we do win or get through to the Europa League final, I would do a final watch-along wearing a frigging gilet, lad. Actually, that'd just be a really bad idea, to be fair, wouldn't it? No, I don't know about that. That would be a pretty bad idea, that, just because it'd probably give us some bad luck, mate. Some bad Ten Hag vibes luck. Nobody wants to see a gilet around these parts. Oh, get in there, you legends. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Berber, for putting those streams in there, lad. Those links to the streams. Where's this one here? Oh, yes. Let me pin that to the top. So we are in a little bit doing a cheeky little stream over on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. If you're not subscribed, it's pinned at the top of the live chat. Make sure you subscribe at the end of the stream. Legends, and we'll be starting about 10:45. Smash a 1 if you'd like to see Piggy in a gilet. T Mills says epic stream earlier. That was just an absolute melt, wasn't it? I didn't know they were only drawing the playoffs and stuff in that Europa League draw, lad. Oh, Son Heung-min would be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, not going to happen though, lad. Just retweeted, says Nathan Harris. Thank you very much, Nathan, for sharing us around, you legend. One would be kind of funny. Son would be a great signing. Yeah, unlikely. That's exactly who we should be going for, though. Try and break the bank for Son. Even though he's older, for a couple of seasons, you're just going to get absolute top-draw world-class play from him. He's class. So, yeah, and he's a super hard-working player, but he's not going to leave Spurs, is he? Yeah, still a bit wary when he's apparently so good, but they're willing to let him go. That's a fair point as well, but I guess he's just got a lot of, top-quality talents ahead of him in that Bayern side, Tell his quality, says Timo, and he's only 19. Yep, Kenda can play in a few different sorts of positions, absolutely. Wing-back, winger. Son, more chance of signing. No Son. Yeah, we're not going to get Son. Paul with a job, figured he was homeless. You what there, Orlando? How dare you? You just don't have any confidence in the club anymore. We'd sign the next Ronaldo and mess their career up somehow. Yeah, fair dues. I don't know, T-Mill. I want us to do that as well. We should have gone in there and got like a proper proven striker lad. You don't get the Garnacho hate. I love him, mate. I've always really liked him. Yeah, he had a bit of a rough spell, but I really like him. Ronaldo at 18. Do you know what? Ronaldo at 18, exactly, dribbled too much. That's it, mate. He had to be coached that can learn when to pass properly and stuff. Ronaldo was an unbelievable raw talent with skills for days and everything. But in terms of an effective player, that only came later on, mate. You're absolutely right, Rodrigo. The coaching Sir Alex gave him and obviously the players around him is what helped him develop into the player that he became. Absolutely. Especially when he was a winger, because obviously when he's playing a striker role now, or the last few years when he's the main man at Real and all that business, he's the focal point, he's the goal scorer. But when he was first at United, he was a winger in an older conventional 4-4-2 type setup, more often than not. So, you've got a player who's, you have to learn to play with the team, and that's what he had to learn. So he wasn't perfect. No worries, Fire Knight lad. No worries, lad. No worries. We won't forget that pig in a gilet for the Europa League final. Noted. Get a heated gilet. Stop catching the colds. Pig in a gilet. Nice content. Stefan, what's going on? Pig has probably got a whole array of gilets, if truth be known. Stefan, I can honestly, hand on my heart, wholesomely say, I do not own, nor never have in my entire life owned a gilet. I can honestly say that, hand on my heart, lad. And I've got my hand on my heart right now. Okay? Who do you think? What sort of monster do you think I am? Oh, goodness knows, Butters, mate. Goodness knows. Probably Saudi. Son is captain. Amram's quite happy with Garnacho. Not sure he's leaving. Yeah, I think he's very happy with him, and so he should be. Spurs want 100 million for Son. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Rude wasn't a fan of Ronaldo. Yeah, well, probably because, like I say, he doesn't get the service off of Ronaldo as much as you'd get from a Giggs or someone like that. Players get better with age, nothing to do with Ferguson. It's natural progression. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense, Lord Rodney Trotter. You don't think that a coach has an effect on a player's development, especially a coach as good as Sir Alex Ferguson. You could see a lot of the coaching going on back in that day when, firstly, Ronaldo first came in, and he was raw, getting in down that left-hand side with loads of step over, loads of dribbling, and loads of flamboyant, extroverted guff, which needed to be skimmed down a little bit. And if you look at the development of Ronaldo over the years, that was skimmed down and he was much more efficient after being coached. So no, I'm sorry to say I disagree with you. I think a coach really does have a massive impact, especially on a youth player and how they play, how they develop. Of course, the players are going to be, it's all on the player as well. Of course, Ronaldo would never do what he did without his own mentality, without his own ambitions. But also, the coaching is very important. Very rarely good deals are made in January and only leftovers from other seasons supposed to be planned before August. Definitely. Very rare you can get a Nemanja Vidic type signing that's just a stalwart in January. You usually have to pay a premium for the players. And they're usually, like you say, like it's maybe leftovers, lad. 50 million for a gilet. If Quenda comes in, then we got Leon, Quenda, Ahmad and Dorgu. Amazing. Yeah, it does sound good for the future. You've owned a gilet, sadly. Well, you don't have to believe it, Stefan, just because you're a gilet fiend and I've offended you in my gilet hatred, lad. How can you slag off a gilet if you've not worn one, like saying you don't like a cider but never drunk it? It's actually not like saying that, Sovereign Saint, at all. It's more like saying you don't like a bag of shit even though you've not smelled it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's more like saying that. I don't like a bag of shit. I don't have to stick my nose in the bag and sniff it to know that I'm not going to like it. You know what I mean, Sovereign Saint? It's more like that. Oh, shit. Sorry, Chris Koo. Let's go and have a look. Burby, you legend. Let's go and find this. Sorry, I missed it, lad. Yes. Where is this? Oh. Is it before cakes? Hang on a sec. Hold on a wee second. Oh, shit, man. I can't find this thing. Wait a second. It'll turn up here somewhere. I'm scrolling. What the hell? It's gone, guys. How long ago was this? Anyway, big ups to Berber, lad. Get in there, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for being a member for, did you say 5 years? Why is this not popping up? I want to get this highlighted on the screen. Damn it, man. 5 years is insane in the membrane. Let's get a hashtag 60 in the live chat. Oh, it was a while ago. Oh, I've missed it, guys. I'm so sorry, Berber, lad. Mate, Berber, thank you so much for being a 60-month member. That is insane in the membrane, lad. That's absolutely insane in the membrane. Hashtag 60 for Berber. One of only a few people who've been a 60-month member, so thank you so much, dude. Oh, yes, he's got that new emoji. Look, the Slabby Maguire emoji or badge next to his name there. Get in. Come on. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years a member. That is pretty exceptional, actually, isn't it? Amazing. Hashtag D-Rain in the stream. Oh, yeah, you know it, lad. It's all right. We're pretty much going to be wrapping up anyway because we've got to go over and do this cheeky little FIFA stream, which is starting in precisely 8 minutes. Guys, go over here. Click this link that's coming in the live chat here. This is my gaming channel. If you're not subscribed to the gaming channel, go subscribe. Before you do, though, smash a like on this video. We're almost at 200 likes. That was the target for this little evening transfer news stream. We're going to be covering all the latest transfer news over the weekend up until the transfer window shuts on Monday. So keep a lookout for upcoming transfer news shows and stuff. There's the latest in regards to Kenda, Dorgu, Tel, Rashford, etc. There's the latest goings on. We'll keep you up to date with exactly what happens. Might be a few more twists and turns, you know, before that window indeed does slam shut. We are, aren't we, Berber? Goodness me, we were young men when we first started talking, lad. You missed this. No worries, Thorns the lads and Aston Villa when they're above us. Yeah, I know. Well, I know what you're saying. I think we would rather a move abroad, wouldn't we? Anyway, thank you, guys. Thank you, Stefan, DC Porsche, Andrew Gonsalves, Madhouse. I want to say big shout out to all the members of the channel there. Big shout out to all the moderators in blue for moderating. And shout out all the super chatters and anybody else who's got any raw. Do subscribe to this channel, Flying Pig United, for the upcoming transfer news shows, etc. And, of course, we're playing Palace this weekend on Sunday at 2. Watch along coming for that. Click the bell icon for notifications. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Come back after this stream's finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about who we should sign or any business we should do in this transfer window, ins and outs, that kind of thing. Come back after. The debate continues in the not live comment section after. Oh, yes. And come and join us for this gaming channel stream, guys. Thank you, Scott, Anto, Rajak, Chris, and everyone. Come and join us for this gaming channel stream. Links in the live chat. Click that and it will take you over to Flying Pig Gaming. Make sure you subscribe over there too, and I'll see you in about 8 minutes. Cheers, Rodrigo. Cheers, Cake Thick 80, Madhouse, and everybody else as well. That's it from me. Kimster, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Great chat as always, guys. There's the latest transfer goings on, and I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/flyingpigunited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/flyingpigunited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.